So recently, I caught DJ Momo performing at R&B and Ribs in San Francisco for their season closer, and he did something that I really haven't seen, and that's using a third deck with Serato stems to make his transitions even more seamless. Now, especially in an open format context, we're used to DJs just using two decks, but the third deck gave so much more flexibility when using Serato stems. Because normally, if you're using stems, you probably have a song playing, drop it into acapella, drop the next track in with the instrumental or 8-bar intro or something like that, and have that ride out. And then you wouldn't have a third deck to introduce the next element. You'd have to go from this song and do that same kind of transition. But with that third deck, you can seamlessly blend in between different instrumentals or different acapellas, and it just opens up a lot of possibilities for creativity. Now at R&B and Ribs, MoMA had the classic club standard setup of 4 CDJs and a 4-channel Pioneer mixer in the middle, but this is still possible using a variety of hardware. In this example, I have a Rane Performer, and then for the third deck, I have the LC6000. Now, of course, for most 4-channel controllers, you can flip the deck layers and do this, but I do have this laying around, and it just makes the example a little bit easier to follow along. So don't think you need that third deck controller. You can do this completely with a 4-channel controller or a 4-channel mixer if you have 3 decks available. So in this example, I have 3 different tracks, and what I'm going to do is have this track start right here, and then drop it into instrumental, drop this in acapella, and then I'll still be able to flip and switch out this instrumental to this instrumental seamlessly without having to wait to switch the decks. So let's go through the example, then I'll kind of walk through exactly how this worked.
I said I'm fired up, fired up, fired up. I said I'm geek. I said I'm fired up, fired up, fired up.
All right, now in that example, I had this song playing and this one as well, but this one in acapella. And right when the vocals were gonna hit on this one, dropped it into instrumental, let the acapella play on this, and then right after the hook, brought in the instrumental of the third deck while hitting the instrumental breaker on here. So you had that seamless transition into this instrumental. And then once this got to the end of the verse, cutting this back out and then bringing this instrumental back in. Now, of course, in a different context, you could load another track and blend seamlessly like that. There's just so many possibilities to do that. This is something that I think, a lot of DJs could get some use out of, especially if you already have a 4-channel controller at home. This just makes a lot of sense to at least experiment and try and kind of expand past just using 2 decks using Serato stems. I think the keys to this is making sure you have control over all 4 decks, especially with volume. Having controls over the start, stop, and the cue points are handy, and that can get a little tricky using deck layers, but it's still possible. Just takes a little bit of extra preparation. And another key to this is using beat jump in Serato to kind of set up where you're gonna bring the song in. Like I was using this right here to just kind of beat jump back and forth through the track, as you can see, just to set it up a little bit before I was gonna bring it in, beat jump back at a certain beat value that makes sense to you. That way it'll hit right on time and make those transitions even more seamless. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to this channel. And if you're looking for more DJ related content, be sure to click on one of the videos right here. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.